Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel.
Genki desu ka? O genki desu ka?
Come on in and sit down because today we're going to be talking about the food VTuber epidemic.
Just go to Hot Topic with a sourdough roll and you'll get a goth picture. You will.
The streaming world has evolved quite a bit in the last decade or so. For most streamers, the goal is to showcase an authentic personality by putting their face on their content. Is that what you think of when you think of streamers?
Well, you want to seem like, I'm a normal guy. I'm a normal girl, big boobies.
And the chat's like, look at oh humble me. But over time, however, tubing has morphed the streaming landscape drastically. Today, many people use elaborate avatars and play up their own original characters. However, not all VTubers are confined to the brightly saturated characters with fat, swinging, big fucking titties. Anime. No. VTubers are no longer anime girls, Nick. They're much more. In fact, it appears we're now entering a brand new era of VTubing, a bizarre trend where streamers take the form of anthropomorphic foods, mostly just from the burnt peanut. We're seeing this thing right now. With one man's success, it has altered the landscape of media, which is not a new thing. People do it all the time. Mr. Beast.
He changed YouTube forever.
Mr. Beast has changed the way that people interact with content now. That fucking, what's that one guy? Brent Rivera? Have you seen that motherfucker? Oh my God. It's the exact same thing. The cuts, the cues, the text, everything is identical to that Mr. Beast format, but that's just because people want to follow success. And I think people associate the food VTube thing as like, that's what people want to see.
It's funny, it's cute.
But people don't realize the personality comes with it. You have to be quick-witted. You have to have charisma, right?
People were comparing it to the annoying orange. It's like reverting back.
The fact that it's a peanut is like totally irrelevant.
No, that's the success.
That's the successful key. Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah. We're going to talk about this new trend, but we're also going to talk about how it's led to possibly the worst streamer in modern history. And it's it's quite the ride, so buckle up. The catalyst for this epidemic of food tubers is a well-known Twitch streamer that you've all probably heard about, the Burnt Peanut. I think he really blew up with Arc Raiders. I had a buddy that watched him all out when he did, I think he was an Escape from Tarkov guy back in the day. But anyways, funny guy, quick-witted, and good at games. Like, that's like, you have to have that. I don't know if there's many Twitch streamers that do very well. I know people say that players are bad. I feel like you have to be actually pretty competent at games to make it, like, watchable. Like, when if I stream something, like a game, oh my God forbid.
Yeah, you get grilled.
Horrible, tortured. I mean, people don't want to, and people are backseat gaming the whole time. You have to follow somebody that feels competent in the game. They're quick-witted, they're funny, they're likable, all those things. Like, it's a very rare thing to have, I feel like. And over the last 2 years, the Burnt Peanut has risen to unfathomable fame. Every time I see that motherfucker on Twitch, it's like 60 to 70,000 people watching. It's pretty insane.
I think he's botting. Everybody on Twitch bots.
That's also cope, though, isn't it? He's botting.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off. Yeah. I see clips of him all the time. He's botting. Yeah, right. It wasn't until 2024, however, that he began gaining a large following after clips of his Tarkov streams went viral on TikTok.
Are you fucking serious right now? Are you serious?
People were initially drawn to upbeat personality, the unique presentation, and the small details like his character's rotations of fun costumes. Which I will say, this does show, and it's a good example of, you just have to put in a little bit of effort to stand out. If you're already called a Burnt Peanut, it makes sense that like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be a peanut avatar because what the fuck else am I gonna be? But then it's like, oh, what if I just gave him different clothes? And then you just use a stream deck or whatever. And there it is. And people are like, oh my God! But that's just because the whole landscape is so fucking boring and not inspired. That was like a deal back in the day when I first saw Dr. Disrespect streams. You'd see all those transitions and shit, and you're like, the production level on this is crazy. I mean, a lot of people can do that. It's just a matter of, do you have the gumption? Do you have the creative will? If I was watching this, I would want to see this. You know what I mean?
I want to see the Burnt Peanut sitting on a beanbag chair with the Xbox controller and Cheetos, you know, because he switches out the background and stuff. So I think that's exciting for...
Sorry, I don't know why, but... I had a panic attack while you're talking. But to be fair, though, the large part of the Twitch landscape or streaming landscape is, how do I say this in a nice way? It's like people that aren't the most social, that are just good at games. And, you know, they have a quirky thing where they look at the camera and they'll be like, hog. Hog. Yo, that guy just got owned. Hey, Crystal Scepter, thank you so much for the 2 months, man. That's one thing that I found too. The bro culture on Twitch is insane. I didn't expect it. I think it's just mostly Call of Duty and that kind of thing, but it's always like, yo, okay, I'm dropping in. And I'm sitting there, I'm like watching it on like my break at work. I'm like, I wish that was me. This video is sponsored by Fume, the leaders in flavored air. Fume is the flavored air device designed to help people quit vaping and smoking by breaking the hand-to-mouth pattern. Cravings can come in when you least expect them. You have to find a way to fight the urge and not return to your old ways. And breaking bad habits can be hard, so don't handle it alone. Let Fume help. Fume is not a vape, it's not an e-cig, it's just flavored air, which means you can use Fume anywhere. By keeping Fume close by, you can have it as your natural replacement while you're working on improving your habits. With Fume, there's no vapor, no nicotine, and never any toxic chemicals. On top of that, Fume is an award-winning device with great flavors. Feel the rush of the crisp mint or tangy raspberry as you say goodbye to your cravings. I keep my Fume device here at my desk so it's close by in case I'm feeling anxious or bad habit wants to distract me from my work, like cut that, editor, actually. Better to play with Fume at my desk than go back to bad cravings, am I right? If you're ready to break the habit, now's a great time to try Fume. Right now, when you grab a journey pack, you'll get a free Fume topper just for using my code PAPAMEAT. The Fume topper adds a soft, replaceable, chewable mouthpiece, providing something safe to chew on when cravings hit. Grab this offer while it's available. Head to tryfume.com/PapaMeat. That's tryfum.com and use code PAPAMEAT to get your free Fume topper with your journey pack. Thank you to Fume for sponsoring the video. Back to the video. When Arc Raiders released in 2025, he became one of the streamers to watch play that game, pushing him into peak stardom. And with this rapid growth came a higher production budget and tons of collaborations with other known streamers. This is not without pushback, however, as people across the internet think both the Burnt Peanut and his fan base are insufferable. People post videos of fans laughing, clapping their hands and feet to what looks like brain rot screaming content, which I want to interject here as well. That shit, you get popular enough, you're gonna get hate. You know what I mean? The motherfucker is a peanut VTuber playing Arc Raiders. If you're like, making fun of that, it's just a thing where it's just, it becomes popular, therefore, so I don't fucking like that anymore, actually. That's fucking stupid. And yeah, is there like some cringe comments? What the fuck? He says goop. Look at me goop. Whatever the fuck it is. Who cares? But that's the thing though, is it becomes an easy target because it's just, he's very well known. So I get to make my little content making fun of things. And there you go. Some adult fans even record themselves in tears on the floor as they react to his streams. I don't think I've ever had that, luckily. I don't think my fan base has ever been that dedicated where some guy's like, oh my god. Other Peanut fans hail him as a god and are extremely parasocial with him. And if you look at any comment section, even related to him, you'll find comments saying that he is the light in a dark world. Or that he needs to be on every TV in America, which he has dedicated fans. What the fuck? You can say that with any rabid fan base. Look at any fan base. The problem is when a fan base becomes rabid, they become insufferable. To people who aren't into that fandom. That's why you get like the Has-Been Hotel. People hate those fans, or like Amazing Digital Circus, all that kind of shit. Rick and Morty. It's just, it comes with the territory of being a huge like IP or star.
People just, they get rabid.
People get rabid, they get excited, they can't help it. Essentially, people treat the Burnt Peanuts audience like the classic millennial cringe, quirky chungus, spouting random like, oh, that's epic, goop, all that kind of stuff, and people associate that's where it comes from, right? This weird behavior also started a trend of people making videos mocking the fan base, portraying them as man babies drooling over themselves and farting as they rock back and forth in pure bliss, which I will say I found a couple of my videos in those and it's funny.
Really?
Yeah. Usually it's people, it's like their feet on the desk and they're like all curled up like this and like, hey, and they clap their feet and there's like a monitor with like 7 things going and I've seen my videos on there and I'm like, hell yeah. If one of my viewers is at home drooling in a spit bib right now, dude, praise the Lord. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, he has risen. But for people who think that the Burnt Peanut is the most annoying, like, oh my god, it's the fan base, it's so annoying, you probably should check out the competition of people that are copying him. Because the Burnt Peanut has seen massive success streaming in this style, it has inspired a whole new wave of copycats who try to treat his content as a formula for success. And if you scroll through TikTok or Instagram Reels, you are bound to find clips of people streaming as assorted food items and objects. After all, it's a very easy thing to set up with tons of YouTube tutorials instructing people how to mimic this recipe for success. You just gotta be food! Nick, what food would I be?
Cheeseburger.
Editor, put me as a cheeseburger now. I'm a cheeseburger! What's my thing? You know how he says goop, gloop, or whatever? What's mine?
Cheese. Just say cheese.
Oh, I got my delicious cheese. I'm going to get a triple stack burger on my cheese. Actually, I would watch that.
That'd be cool if their model changed. You can make like 12 stack cheeseburgers.
Whoa, too many patties! Yes! People, oh my god! For those who are even lazier, you can purchase the models online. And in fact, there's been a massive boom in VTuber modeling community. Many artists have made tons of money turning their 3D modeling portfolios into literal grocery stores. Accounts like The Prime Butter, The Sweaty Tomato, and The Casual Turnip are prime examples. However, there's definitely a reduction in both stream quality and just general personality because people find out that it's like there's just not a whole lot behind the personality that carries them. People online who come across these channels often call them out for copying the Burnt Peanuts formula, which is why nearly every one of these accounts has a video defending themselves and describing how their origin story is different, which I love. There's nothing I love. Dude, that's how I came up with the turnip. Okay? Why can't you just be like, yeah, I just like him. I want to do a food thing too. Why is that so bad?
Because nobody wants to seem like they're copying someone, even though they blatantly are.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be original.
Yeah. Well, dude, I actually was, well, it's a weird timing because I'm the burnt almond. Just like a weird coincidence that we kind of are just both nuts. Just the state of my mind, I guess. This isn't to say there's something wrong with mimicking the format, but it's very clear that the thing selling Burnt Peanut streams the most is high energy and personality. It's not his fucking VTuber thing, dude, all right? For those who are able to put on a good stream, the format definitely can work well. But this is all boiling down to one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video today, which is talking about one of the worst things that happened to the internet, I feel like, as of lately. I mean, is that too much to say? It seems, I mean, it's pretty horrible. I fucking can't stand it. I mean, if I'm being honest. If you've been terminally online on the internet recently, you undoubtedly heard of a VTuber known as the Faithless Sheriff. And if you don't know who the Faithless Sheriff is, God bless you. Because this is the accumulation of the worst part of a copycat. If you wanted to be a fucking turnip or a tomato, or even if you want to be like, I'm an almond, I don't give a fuck. Like, do that. This version of the copycat, this is a parasite. This is a person that needs to be plucked off it and spit out. Bye-bye. Right off the bat, you'll notice that the man is blatantly mimicking the Burnt Peanut model. But we've already been getting ahead of ourselves because there's so much to unpack about the man behind the shell. Before the Faithful Sheriff, this creator went by Dr. Witnesser. He was certainly not known for his originality because even this was heavily inspired by another creator, Dr. Disrespect, who we talked about earlier.
I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little fatigued.
To warm you up to this kind of person, Dr. Witnesser's whole shtick was that, as a devout Christian, he would enter Fortnite games and aggressively push his teachings to those he is playing with. Before we even get into all this shit too, I just want to say, your beliefs are your own. Whatever you want to believe, you can believe it. If people are asking you questions, I don't see a problem with being like, hey, this is what I believe, blah, blah, blah. Your belief is your own, right? That is our right as Americans in this goddamn country. Rock, flag, and eagle, right, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
But being a guy going on Fortnite and trying to like convert people, it has to be the most opposite way of introducing people to your ideals.
I go into Fortnite and teach people the Bible.
This mouth.
Okay, Robert, you're like 8.
Like, it's just so creepy to me. The reason I say creepy is that there has been clips of him talking to children or even young adults in some weird way, and the way that he approaches this is he's always just like, you got a microphone? And people who are just playing, yeah. Do you believe in God? What are we doing? Why are we going here? You know what I mean?
What's your name? My name, Quiz.
Hey, do you know who Jesus is?
As you would expect, many people did not take kindly to this and clowned on him in-game. No matter how bad the clips made him look, he'd still post him and he'd gain tons of views for it. Even when it makes you look bad, he knows it gets him engagement, and I think he's hiding behind the fact that he's like, oh, this is all for religious shit and not just money. And it's so blatantly obvious that it's just money-grabbing bullshit where it's like, well, I'm just spreading the good word, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off, dude. That's not it. It's you rage-baiting people into getting clicks and shit, and then just using different successful archetypes to like rage bait people. It's the fucking worst. Like, I pisses me off so much, actually. And in many of these clips, you see him getting ruthlessly trolled by adult players, only for him to utterly fail to steer the conversation into a serious discussion about God.
I should probably tell you what I do.
Are you a hitman?
I got a particular set of skills.
Male on male porn guy?
No, I have a particular set of skills.
Taking it without flinching.
It feels like a bit. Like it's kind of like not in levels of Nikado where it's like I'm presenting this persona and I have all this kind of like crazy shit. I'm sure at a point he did start off doing this, but then he realized like, oh, I'm making a lot more money by rage baiting. So that, and I just don't think that the man is quick-witted enough or smart enough to like actually have interesting exchanges with people. So then it just divulges to, wow, really? Really? Okay, so I guess that's it. Wow. Okay.
And I'm on 30 FPS. What in the fuck?
Bro, let's watch the F-bombs here.
Even when people try to genuinely tell him that they're not interested, he'd often force the conversation throughout the game in an incredibly anti-social way. And at times, the constant rejections from normal adults trying to play a video game would get to him. In one video, a man from China tells him to knock it off, only for him to start whining about how he's trying to stop his freedom of speech.
Oh, you want to stop my freedom of speech and expression? Okay, gotcha. I didn't know you were that oppressive. My bad.
Fuck off. No, Fortnite, mate. My God. It makes me sick to my stomach. As fun as it is to point and laugh at an overbearing Fortnite preacher, this man is very often having these conversations with incredibly young and impressionable children. In one diabolical clip, Dr. Witnesser gets into a game with what sounds like a 4-year-old child that can hardly articulate his words.
Know how much an Xbox cost?
No.
It costs $400.
Do you know how much the life of Jesus costs?
Even after hearing the boy talk about how he just got a brand new toy from Walmart, he gladly starts going into some spiel as if he's capable of retaining the information. All right, so you realize that if you die right now, you're gonna go to hell, right? Because you don't believe in God? Oh, no! That kind of thing. That's not gonna have a lasting impact on this child. You realize that you're a bad person, right? Your mom and dad are going to hell.
Some people think that's what you need to instill in children.
Well, I disagree. Obviously, these are maybe conversations of religion and stuff maybe you want to have with your parents or peers or I don't know, whatever, right? Dr. Witnesser believes he's doing the Lord's work, however, and this somehow extends to him straight up ruining Santa for one child.
I don't mind what you do, but telling the kid that Santa isn't real is messed up. Santa and Christmas is pagan idolatry, okay? If there's a kid who asks me if Santa's real or not, I'm going to tell him the truth. I'm not going to lie.
God. The kid's like, hey, I can't wait for Christmas. Yeah, you realize that Santa's not real. It's a pagan religion. It's adultery, right? You knew that, right? Stupid fucking kid. It feels that aggressive to me.
That feels like high schooler me. I would say that.
Yeah, exactly. You realize that God and Santa are probably not real, right? The only one that's real is the Easter Bunny. So I'd probably start worshiping him. Most people have no idea that he's streaming during these interactions, and when one teenager found out, kindly asked to not be posted online. He angrily rants and calls him weird and posts it anyways, which it's, once again, why? He got banned indefinitely on Twitch after telling a Muslim child, and I quote, if you were to die in your sins today, you'd be sentenced to hell.
Is he wrong, though?
We don't know. And see, that's why I believe in the good man. That's why I tell every child that. You realize that if you die right now, you're going to go to hell, right?
Yeah, are you baptized?
Yeah, specifically Muslim children. I don't even ask their beliefs.
You're going to hell when you die.
Thank you, Dr. Witnesser. You rule.
You think people should just get baptized just in case, even if you don't believe? Or is that a cheat code?
I don't think so, man. We see that a lot with like the Mormon wives and stuff like that, where it's like you try to like, well, the Bible says this, but it doesn't say that. You think like an omnipotent God is going to be like, how did you skirt around that?
I just stuck it in and my friend was jumping on the bed.
Exactly. I put it in. I didn't know it was going to slide in so easily. Okay, technically, that is okay. The God I like to believe in, he's like a fucking like storm cloud. You think he has like a human body? People always like ask like he's like gonna shake my hand and shit. No, he's gonna be a fucking storm cloud that's just like, what did you do? Repent.
I think we're just kind of like a mole on like God's back.
In your ideation of the world, God is a human man, probably like an overweight Italian guy, and we're a mole on his back.
Yeah, like our universe is just a tiny mole on his back.
Really puts things in perspective, doesn't it? We're so small. We're this big of a mole on God's big hairy Italian back. Mamma mia. For a time, he claimed he would sue Twitch over this, but that doesn't seem to have happened. He's transitioned to other platforms, but he didn't make any waves until a particularly ridiculous stunt. On February 7th of this year, of our Lord's year, 2026, he'd randomly tweeted that he'd been in a horrible accident so bad that he'd possibly be disfigured for life. People were genuinely worrying and praying for him, not knowing that this was all complete and utter bullshit, right? But it's okay. Dude, I can white lie, Nick. All right?
Muslim boy, you're going to hell.
I got in a horrible accident, though. God. He's gonna love this. He'd fire up this next stream to reveal that he seemingly stole the Burnt Peanuts 3D model to use it his own, but with Bible in hand.
How are you going to sit here and post something on Instagram and act like all injured and this stupid filter? Well, it's not a filter. I woke up like this. I fell asleep watching the Bugulator. I woke up like this. I don't know what happened.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that a funny joke? It isn't. It definitely isn't rage bait to get you to click on the thing. Sympathy bait.
No.
Guys, it's a fucking bit. Come on. Oh my God. People fucking piss me off, man. Fucking JC loves this shit. Hey, yo, JC.
What up?
Dude, I hope Jesus sounds like that. Yo, man. What the fuck is that? There's nothing but listen to Will Smith. Nah, 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 nah. Nah, 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 nah. Get jiggy with it. Ooh! Do it to him! I love, that would be fucking sick. Yo, JC, that shit's lit! He's up here. He's like so short. He's like, handle comes up here. What's up, man? You my man. After starting as a singular joke stream that he claimed would not be a rebrand, he almost immediately changed his mind and leaned all the way into it. He soon updated the model to resemble a cowboy, occasionally accompanied by an accent, and would constantly break the third wall to try and explain the terrible lore of this character and justify why it's okay to basically rip the entire idea, to the point where he was even admitting that he plans on stealing his mannerisms as well.
People like, well, you're copying his mannerisms. Yes, that's part of the storyline. That's part of the storyline. I am turned into a peanut, so I'm going to copy some of the Peanuts mannerisms because that's part of what being a Bungulator is in my story.
Not only is he taking from the Burnt Peanut, but he repeatedly talks about him and tries to set up some collabs so he can milk more views from him. And also, it's a great way where it's also trying to justify the actions. Well, he streamed with me, so it's fine.
So he's just trying to confuse people, right?
It's like when companies, like, they will make a product that looks exactly like something else, so people will mistakenly buy that thing instead of the actual thing.
Because he'd be like, oh, that's the Burnt Peanut.
Yeah. He did, however, add a new creative spin to the character that he can be 100% credited for, and it's that the model farts. In fact, he made a Twitch channel point reward that rings out endlessly alongside a green gas cloud from behind him. That's awesome. Yes. Okay, now that is actually fucking sick. That's really funny. Yo, you watched The Faithless Sheriff too? That shit's tight, man. To The Faithless Sheriff, this farting meme is gold tier, baby, as he lets it rip constantly in the middle of talking to children. It's so freaking funny. You ever see a guy like fart in a video and there's always one comment that's always just like, seriously, what's funnier than farts?
It's the universal joke.
It's a universal joke.
Everybody can laugh at it.
As more people grind out content criticizing him and his reputation gets worse and worse, he has only tried harder to justify his routine of constantly talking to children. Not only is he interrogating children on stream about whether or not it's okay to talk to them to make himself feel better, but he's even been reduced to posting AI Google results about Fortnite's game demographic to prove that it's not entirely a kid's game, which obviously it's not entirely a kid's game, but you do openly talk to children a lot.
If you hear someone's a child, you should just be like, okay, I'm not going to talk to them for the stream, but it's like, I got to have that content.
Yeah, exactly. It's a conscious decision that you're making to be like, I'm going to clip this, or I'm going to even do this on stream because you know that's going to get a reaction. It's going to drive traffic to your channel. Just like in the past, he will go out of his way to grind out as much clips as possible to maximize exposure, even when it's completely inappropriate. Like, what am I going to do? Waste the content? Come on. Where's the Muslim kid at? You're going to hell. Isn't that right, JC? Thanks, JC. You're awesome. Sorry, Muslim kid. Why are you crying? Clips like this lead to him being yet again ruthlessly destroyed online. And what's wild is that the response to the endless memes at this expense are now leading into the realm of legal action. My boys, the Super Mega Boys, would post an edited image of the Faithless Sheriff's avatar with a realistic cock and balls, saying that he requested it. And it's very funny. It's a very, very funny tweet. The Faithless Sheriff laughed it off at first, but then people started gaslighting him into believing that he genuinely thought that it was his idea. And many even pretended to be Christian parents that were disappointed in him for putting up such heinous sexual content in the presence of children. He started anger posting about how this was all a lie, only for Super Mega to start posting very obviously fake DMs where he supposedly requested that they make the meme alongside a picture of him exposing his real penis for reference. It's so good. He then posted a video where he pleaded for people to believe him, even claiming that he will pursue legal action against them for defaming him. In an attempt to prove it, he shows his own DMs and tells people that the IRL image of him that they used is far too small because he weighs 300 pounds.
This is not me. Y'all have seen me. This person probably weighs about 170. I'm 300 pounds. Not proud of it, but that's how much I weigh.
That couldn't be me because I'm a big boy, guys. Obviously. Why are you even indulging in this? Fucking moron. Am I crazy? As of now, Super Mega has now received the cease and desist in the mail. And ironically, this meme was just a copy of a similar meme that they posted on the Burnt Peanut a while back. If the Faithless Sheriff had just laughed it off and took it in stride, it wouldn't have gotten nearly as many eyes on it. The reason that it got so big is that he's like, oh my God, this is not true.
He took the bait.
Oh my God, hook, line, and fucking stinker, dude. The controversies wouldn't stop there. Around this time, the Faithless Sheriff decided to open up a community Discord, something that is constantly infiltrated by haters and trolls, which also, here's another thing. Community Discord, free open community Discords.
You gotta be careful.
It's like a prison yard. Many are claiming that mods are harassing them and banning them based on their gender identity. Others are claiming that the minors are being exposed to inappropriate content. Because the online space is flooded with people gaslighting him to continue the troll, it's difficult to tell what's real and what isn't. Unfortunately, he can't help himself from responding to tons of what are most likely just jokes at his expense. And that's where we're at with the Faithless Sheriff. It's been popping up. Mostly it was the Super Mega thing. Saw the Super Mega thing, and then you just see, you click on one thing, and then your whole algorithm gets exposed to this bullshit. And it's like, it's the worst version of a copycat person. People like the Brent Rivieras and all the people who copy Mr. Beast and stuff, at the end of the day, they're their own entity. Are they taking things from that content? Yes, of course. Are people that are using food icons taking from the Burnt Peanut craze? Sure. You can't help that. That's going to happen. Also, people might just be like, I think it's funny and I like the Burnt Peanut, I'm going to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's doing it in a way where it is so deceitful and it's so ironic coming from a person that's supposed to be a Christian with good values who is doing nothing but being a parasite online and using this like copycat method to financially get ahead. I really don't believe any of the virtues that he has is earnest. I don't think that it's like for a good cause. Maybe his content did start off with him like maybe wanting to do like, I'm trying to just tell people about the good word, but now it's come to the point where it's pathetic brain rot. People that post rage baity shit, after a while it gets so stale to people that they will continuously up that game to keep getting clicks. So who knows what happens now? I don't know. Never in a million years could the people building modern civilizations comprehend such a brain-dead topic like this to exist, and I'm sorry that I had to even indulge it on you, but it was on my mind. If you're someone out there who wants to take inspiration from their favorite creators and use it to make some fun content, by all means, go for it. I mean, that's how people start. You're in love with something and you want to emulate it. You want to like grow as that person. You want to become that person. It's how art gets made. That's how people interact and make things online. It's harmless overall, but there's something to be said about people who do it solely because they're desperate to latch on to whatever can get them views, to get them money, to rage bait people into clicking on something for analytical value. For people like the Faithless Sheriff, what else is there to say? The man is seeking out anyone, including children, to pressure them, to convert them while they're young and impressionable or in a bad spot in their life. He's not saving anybody. He's doing it all because he knows it pisses you off and you'll click on it. And I'm a part of that problem too. I'm making a video on it. But at the end of the day, I would rather there be a piece of content out there that is like having this discussion versus just letting it just be like, well, it is what it is. And conversations, if there was going to be religious conversations and stuff, not only should be left with mature adults, but it should also be people who are actively searching for something and not just like blatantly confronted with a fucking peanut farting with a cowboy hat on, trying to rage bait you into for a good vertical clip. It's fucking obnoxious, and I hope it dies out really soon. And just to be abundantly clear, even though that this person is doing something that I believe to be shitty and wrong and I don't condone it, that doesn't mean that it gives us the right to go out and harass this person. If anything, this is just a lesson to learn for the future. We're better than that. So please, audience, if you're watching this, don't do that. Just avoid it and move on with life. If you're in Fortnite, keep the mic off. We'll see you next time.